short podcast.
All right, hold on. Let's be quiet for a sec. I'm going to mute it.
Short podcast.
All right, hold on. Let's be quiet for a sec. I'm going to mute it. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Johnny,
we're having a podcast, bud.
Holy
my
fuck.
God.
Hallelujah. Welcome to fucking Cursed Earth Radio. I don't know what's happening. It's like a bad penny. It's like a bad penny that just keeps coming back to you. Fucking Cursed Earth Radio.
Oh, you are salty.
I am salty. Let me tell you something, Johnny.
We're not even doing the intro, huh?
Oh, yeah, I am, but I want to rant for like 2 seconds first.
Okay.
I've been sitting in front of my computer all day. I don't mind sitting in front of my computer all day, but last week I had a goddamn heart attack, basically.
You did not have a heart attack.
Long story short, I had a fucking coronary artery heart attack last week. And this week I'm sitting in front of the computer all goddamn day, pushing it back. And here we go. Live. Fucking, I go to mute it. For some reason, it shows a picture of my face. You know what, Johnny? Why not just show a picture of my dick? Why not just show a picture of the inside of my butthole? I don't know.
I mean, I can do that with mine. If anybody wants to see the high res photos that the doctor took, I'll be happy to share.
God. I'll tell you what, man. It's a good thing that the fucking order's not in this episode today, because if it was, I'd give it hell. But instead, I'm just going to say, what's up, dark judges, desperados, and dudes in dick-shaped helmets? You're listening to Cursed Earth Radio Live, where anything can happen, including going live, sitting here on my fucking couch, exposing my goddamn face. I wouldn't matter, except for I have 100 other projects where my face is not shown, if you know what I mean. And I'm not talking about my penile modeling career. My name's Heavy Metal Kid.
And I'm Cool Johnny Cool. And my surly co-host and I are going to talk about Prog 2273 tonight. We get the Citadel Part 3, Judge Dredd still a dick. Kingmaker Falls the Shadows still going on. We got Orgies in Space. Proteus Vex has me vexed with the title of the next chapter. Vex team's got some explaining to do. Fiends of the Eastern Front is back, and I am thrilled. And Brink builds that world, and somebody's going to get murdered.
I am so glad that you have that much amount of enthusiasm today, Cool Johnny Cool, because I'm all goddamn out. My name's Heavy Metal Kid.
That's okay. I'm used to carrying the podcast. It's fine.
And you're Cool Johnny Cool.
I said that already. Why would I said that again?
Cursed Earth Radio. Hey, when you're
God.
live, anything could happen.
Yeah, are you sure this isn't the shit show? Because this is a shit show.
It's definitely a shit show. Look, this is what you got today, folks. Hey.
You wanted the best, so they couldn't make it. Here's what you get.
Hey, we're live at least. It was tough getting there this week. Let me tell you, like my schedule just kept fucking packing up, and then things got behind, and I didn't know if we were going to be able to do it. But of course, nothing stops Cursed Earth Radio, except for occasionally something stops us for a few weeks and we don't do episodes. But here we are, man.
We might be late, but we'll get there.
Yeah. If you're just now tuning in, you missed my face.
Yep.
And
we killed the business there, bud. Kayfabe is now officially fucking dead. Cornet's having a coronary somewhere.
I mean, I don't move from in front of this computer like I do here in front of this computer. I work. This is what I do. I sit here for my job and I do sessions with patients individually. And then all of a sudden, it's just time to switch gears. And here we come to Cursed Earth Radio. Our friend Jim Boswell is in the audience tonight. He's seen my face.
Yes, he has. He's seen both of our faces.
Yeah, shout out to Douglas Morris, who's also in the chat. Hey, it's late as hell over there where some of these guys are listening from. So let's get to the good stuff, man.
Well, hey, hold the fuck on. God damn it.
I was just going to say, what Dredd news do you have today? What else is there?
I have some Dredd news, but I wanted to say something before we got in.
All right.
Given the amount, motherfucker, given the amount of wrestling we talk about on this podcast and wrestling lingo we use on this podcast, I just wanted to make mention of the passing of one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, Scott Hall. Passed away, unfortunately, Monday night from triple heart attack in the hospital last weekend. Scott was amazing. I always wanted to be Razor Ramon when I was a kid because nobody was fucking cooler than the bad guy. And when he started going under his own name in the NWO, he somehow even got even cooler without even trying. And it's a fucking bummer that I'm this age where all my heroes are dying.
Yeah.
But nobody's ever going to be cooler in the squared circle than Scott Hall.
And dude, it's a shame, in so many ways, it's a shame that because of the stuff that a lot of our heroes put themselves through, that they died.
Yeah,
man. Like Roddy Piper. That guy should still be walking around, man. That guy should still be on It's Always Sunny. Razor Ramon too. He got his shit together big time though in the later part of his life, man. He had a real good triumphant sort of last decade of his life. So
yeah, man. It's all cumulative damage, unfortunately, and it fucking sucks because he should still be here, but we have to pay the rent sometime for all the choices we make, unfortunately. And
like the dudes in like our favorite bands, our favorite wrestlers, all these people that were out here living that life, man. I've quoted it many times throughout my life. It's one of the best quotes, maybe the only good quote. I don't know that Johnny Rotten ever has said, which was only the fake survive, man. And it's so fucking sadly true that all these guys that were out here living those lives for real behind the scenes, man, they check out early. But yeah, Razor Ramon was cool, man. I didn't watch WCW, so I only knew him as Razor Ramon.
Oh man, you missed.
I didn't know him as Scott Hall, and I didn't know Diesel as Kevin Nash. That's a whole thing I've discovered since I got older.
So my mom got me into wrestling when I was a kid. She watched it with her dad. My daughter watches it with me now, so it's this big family thing. But I vividly remember during the Monday Night Wars, Mom and I, we would always flip back and forth between Raw and Nitro. And we'd flip to Raw to see Scott Hall come down through the crowd to cut that first promo where he just jumped in the ring and said, "You all know who I am, but you don't know why I'm here." And that's what kicked off the Monday Night War. We were so into wrestling that, spoiler alert, if you're not up on your wrestling, Bash at the Beach 96, we were on vacation. We were visiting my aunt and uncle in the southern part of the state. And we were all sitting in the family room talking, and my mom looked at me, I looked at her, I looked down at my watch, and I nodded at her, and we both excused ourselves from the room, went to the TV, turned it on because it was 8:00, and we wanted to see what happened at the Bash at the Beach promo pay-per-view the night before.
Yeah.
And then, we saw that Hogan turned, and we both kind of looked at each other and went, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
And we talked about that for years, like up until the end. Last conversation I had with her on this earth was about that, oddly and fittingly enough. And Scott during that era was just so fucking cool. Like, people try to be that cool and fail miserably. He was just that cool effortlessly. And he was one of the best minds in the business as far as booking angles and coming up with characters. He came up with the Crow character for Sting when they're trying to figure out what to do with him. Yeah.
Man, that's a whole side of wrestling that I didn't get into till later, and I kind of regret it. But man, it's crazy how these like things thread throughout our lives. Like you're talking about, the last conversation you ever had with your mom was tied to Hulk Hogan, the NWO. Like that's the kind of stuff. Even to this day, I watch wrestling with my dad and my mom. They're 80. They don't really give a shit about wrestling, but it gives us something to do together. And so a lot of this stuff, man, and Judge Dredd is also part of this. I don't want to get too super morbid, Johnny, but there will be a point when we're like super old and or when one of us goes to meet Razor Ramon in the sky, and the other one will be like, "Man, I had some good times talking with my friend about Judge Dredd." And one thing that we'll always have too is, if we go to hell, we can tell the devil, we can be like, "You know what, man, I fucking made it through the order. So what do you got?" I'm sorry, the order. I should have said Survival Geeks because I hated Survival Geeks. I did not hate the order. I'm an idiot. I don't understand it. So, hey, we're not here to hate on stuff, man. That's not what our podcast is about.
Hey, did you see Judge Menti's Facebook page that they posted the very first costume test shots with Greg Staples?
I did see that. Yeah. Super cool, man.
That is such a good look. Wasn't Planet Replicas involved in that? In the making of that costume?
I believe so. Yeah, those if I remember correctly, those were Planet Replicas. And man, I remember the time when they were selling those and I didn't buy one. I didn't at the time. I hadn't even gathered up my 2012 Dredd costume that I have here, but I remember when they were selling those, man, and I was looking at the price at the time and just being like, man, that's like a pretty good price for what you got. And one of my big regrets, man, I never got one of those Planet Replica Dredd costumes, and it's not something that comes up too often in the Dredd costume group that I'm part of on Facebook. If you want 2012 Dredd, it's comes up every so often, but I've never seen one of those Planet Replica ones come up, and I'd like to own one for sure.
It's such a good costume. How much was it going for back then? Do you remember?
I want to say 1,300 British pounds. I could be wrong, but
that's a buy. Like I would have jumped on that. I'm sure it's like triple that on the secondary market if you find one to fit you.
Yeah. Right. And the undersuit is very clingy. So you got to make sure your man boobs are in check if you're wearing one of those.
Man,
unlike the 2012 Dredd where it makes you look super tough.
You can just push it back with those Cobra buckles.
Yeah. Occasionally there's some guys okay. So Al, our friend Al's here, who always knows the fucking shit, man. He says Planet Replicas made minty costumes before they were Planet Replicas, so that's how they got their start. Man, I will never ever get over the fact that I never got my Judge Fire badge. But that's a lament that's been repeated numerous times here on on the Cursed Earth Radio. But man, I wish those guys would come out of retirement and do one more run of those fire badges so I can complete my collection here.
You got your Judge Fire figure though.
Yeah.
That was I guess. Fucking whatever. So hang with me, bud. Hang with me.
Yeah. I'm struggling today, fellas. Al also says more like 2,500. Man, what was I looking at? Maybe it was a non-boots version or something. I don't know.
I mean,
but I definitely remember thinking to myself, like, that's doable. Then again, when I want something, my brain tells me that everything's doable.
I really need friends that aren't enablers. Like all my friends, but you're all enablers for like just safe stuff. Like Mark's always telling me to eat more. You're always like, yeah, fucking buy it, whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh God, if we were on drugs, we'd be dead.
Yeah. Right.
We'd be fucking dead as doornails at this point.
No, it's true. We're too poor to go on drugs because we buy too much dumb shit. But hey, not as dumb as fucking going down that road. So
hey, I want to, speaking of dumb shit, I know you don't care about this. I talked to you earlier. I was on Sunday, and you're like, "Fuck that album," and I was like, "Oh, I was going to talk to you about that," but I'm going to send you a picture real quick.
Okay.
So I want you to look at that. You see that?
Okay.
It's a box. You see that box?
Okay. He sent me a picture of a box. Everybody, it's got a Target on it.
I want you to see this.
Okay.
What was in the one box?
I'm looking at your box. So let me describe what I'm seeing. Cool Johnny Cool sends me a picture of a box the size of a refrigerator from Target, apparently.
Yep.
And inside of this refrigerator box is a single Ghost record.
Apparently, Target shipping department does not believe in like record mailers. They were like, fuck it, throw it in that one.
Yeah. Did they put any sort of padding? Because that's
it was that I was terrified that it was just bouncing around in there willy-nilly, but no, they airbagged it. I got home from work and it was just sitting on my doorstep, and I looked at it and went, what the fuck?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Is that the record? Jeez. And so I know you hate the new Ghost record. I personally enjoy everything Ghost does because it's so overtly satanic and they get so much media coverage while being so overtly satanic. I wanted the record because it's pink. You know me, I fucking love pink.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went to the Target here in Morgantown Nothing. Fucking not. There was a space for it, but fucking nothing.
Yeah.
I was like, God damn it. All right, fucking whatever. And I got home. I think it was last Friday. Yeah, because I got home and I looked it up on Target's website and I said, well, now it fucking says it's in stock.
Yeah.
So I ordered it for pickup from the store the next day, and it said, okay, cool. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I wake up Saturday morning. We get 5 inches of fucking snow. You know, we're underneath it, and I'm like, I'm gonna go get this damn thing. And that, as soon as I think that, I get an email. Oh yeah, we fucked up. That's not in stock. I'm like, God damn it.
Man. Well, at least you got the email. Hey, there's a little silver lining there. You didn't go drive it out in the snow and kill yourself. That's good. That's good.
Well, I go, all right, fuck it. I'll order it, whatever, fucking just ship it to me. And I put it in and go, okay, we'll ship it to you. It will be here next Thursday. I'm like, all right. So the wife and I, the roads cleared up that night. And then we went down to your neck of the woods to Meadowbrook Mall, just looking around, just to get out of the house. I stop in the Target there. Guess what's on the fucking shelf?
We could have bought 2 copies. I mean, what's wrong with that?
I almost did. I almost fucking did. Because I was like,
I know a man named Cool Johnny Cool who has a number of copies of the same record. I know myself as well, so I do that too. But yeah.
Yeah, but they're different pressings. This would have been the same goddamn thing, but
yeah, and it also would have been the new Ghost record. So you would have been.
You know what? Fuck you.
Yo, listen. Ghost has been a downward spiral for me, and I know this. Nobody wants to hear us talk about music, but Ghost.
It's our podcast.
It's been such a downward spiral for me, man. To the point where, I heard the song from the new record, and he said something. I'm paraphrasing because I can't remember the lyrics exactly, but it was something to the effect of everybody's on their knees kissing the feet of the Rula while we're making moolah. And I was like, nah, I'm good, man. I don't need this Ghost in my life. I don't need this Ghost in my life.
You got to remember, like, Tobias is just trying to be as overtly dumb and satanic as he can to see how long he can get away with it. And
but that's the thing.
Far he can push it.
I don't want to pay for somebody's dumb joke that is I don't want to pay somebody to be like, let me see if I can put out something terrible and get you to buy it.
That's why no one pays money for this, what we're doing right now. But no, like I love the first Ghost LP because it's super doomy. Like it's really stoner doomy. And I liked Prequel because it was a fucking 80s record. I was like, oh shit, cool. I like Hunter's Moon off this album. I like the there's a couple other tracks that I really dig. And there you go.
Yeah.
We should break up. We should fucking break up right now because we don't agree on a thing.
Right. No, for me, Ghost was, I think the problem was for me with Ghost was like, there's definitely a point, with any band where you have to figure out what your longevity is going to be, I mean, that first Ghost record didn't even have a photo of the band. No. So it was just this cool record. I love the band's image back in the day, but there definitely came a point where, like any band who's at Ghost level, they were like, all right, we got to figure out a way to make this thing bigger. And whatever they started doing at that point, incorporating more sounds and stuff, it wasn't for me, man. I do love that first record. That first record has a lot of stuff on it, but I get fixated on lyrics sometimes. And the one before this had some lyrics where I was like, man, I don't know if I like it. These are kind of whatever. And then this one got me. So no, I also hate that new steampunk look that they've got going on, man. I could not hate it any more than I hate it.
I kind of liked it. I thought it was cool to change up from the ghoul masks. I'm a sucker for anything with a visual. Mm-hmm. And I look at this era of Ghost kind of like 80s Kiss. It's super glammy and they're trying something new and different. And who knows? And yeah, Tobias fired the whole fucking band, but I'm not in that band, so I don't fucking care.
Yo, the one other side note, a bunch of those guys started a band called Priest that has a visual image, but it's not what I'm looking for musically either. But
it ain't no Portal, that's for sure.
It ain't no Portal. Portal. There was no chance of Portal ever becoming popular, although they did have the look before Ghost, and we got to acknowledge that. But
the Curator has had some fucking amazing looks. I don't know how he keeps his head up with that shit on.
It was a different thing, but I don't know. Let's talk Dredd, man. Let's talk about this week's exciting prog that does not have the order. Hallelujah.
5 for 5, motherfuckers.
Yeah, 5 for 5 this week. And a nice looking cover that's 100% an homage to Stryper's album Against the Law. If you've
A
never,
career low light.
yeah, a career low light, but apparently Tyrion, this wonderful
Good.
cover artist, this wonderful cover artist,
You just are struggling.
likes Stryper enough that he decided to do a complete homage and added a voodoo chicken's foot. I like a good chicken's foot. I used to own a chicken's foot, exactly like this one.
Maybe it was yours.
Now they put good juju on it when they sent it to me. The chicken foot lady that I bought it from.
The chicken. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, she's on eBay. There's a lady on eBay. I'm not kidding, people.
Is she next to the guy selling Fleetway qualities?
No, you can get those on eBay too. But if you go on eBay and type in voodoo chicken foot, I'm pretty sure you can still find this person who will give you a voodoo chicken foot painted, blessed, whatever they do to it. I wore it for many years in my band. And
fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
The Costanta portrait in the cameo there in the center. I love this whole cover, but it looks like his bad 4th grade photo. It looks like he's going, ah.
They should have given him some braces for that one.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but on the right there, that looks a lot like Sid's belt buckle.
Fucking who knows? That'd be a weird ass crossover that I don't think.
You look at Sydney's belt buckle and look at that and tell me I'm wrong.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about our friend Sid from The Out.
No, not that Sid. Sydney.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that may be the case. I don't know about Sid from The Out, but yeah, that does this very Judge Deathy. So who knows, man? Maybe it's a little Easter egg.
Wouldn't that be
wouldn't
something?
be surprised. I found an Easter egg that I'm curious if you saw or not, and I don't know if it's an actual Easter egg, but I'm going to point it out when we get there.
All right.
And as a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure that I saw that Easter egg in Judge Dredd. So let's talk about Judge Dredd.
Okay, Joe's a dick.
Man,
Joe left a man to get murder fucked by Sov murder fuck bots.
Yeah. I was glad that we could get to see a little bit of what they can do, though. I consistently enjoy this type of action scene in a Dredd story. And I, for some reason, like, I know we get stuff like this, but as I've been reading this one, I'm like, I feel like we don't get enough of this. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because now that we're getting it, I'm like, man, I needed this. I needed a little bit more like Dredd action. Dredd's not super actiony all the time.
And it always feels like it goes faster when there's action, you know?
I like Dredd fighting Sov, weird Sov Borg shit. That's some of my favorite stuff.
What practical application other than murder fucking do these robots serve? Look at these things.
I feel like that's all they were designed for, honestly. They're just designed for murder fucking.
How is the murder fucking robots coming? Oh, it's fucking good. Look at this.
And dude, it looks to me like in this last page here, the second to last page, that the ass end of these things is opening up and shitting out little murder droid babies.
Yep. Yeah, they're little. They're like robot crabs.
Oh my god, that's disgusting.
Hey, so we broached this in the first chapter where I said I'm not sure if we can trust Whitterton's recollection because who knows how long he's been in solitary and what's left of his head.
Yeah,
and you clearly see in this, one of the other cadets asked him if he's okay, and he says, "Took a hit, can't get my head straight." Yeah. I think there's our smoking gun, my friend. This is all an accurate recollection on Whitterton's part. I almost guarantee it now.
And that's the thing. Like they could, this could very easily end, with some big revelation, and then Dredd just being like, it's all bullshit. The guys in the kook cubes. What do you expect? And it just gets swept under. And that would be an interesting way. Leave us wondering if it actually did happen. Whatever this thing that's gonna go down here at the Citadel. Yeah, man, I think you're onto something there for sure. And I think I'm onto something when I tell you that they fucking killed Charlie Brown in this final panel here.
Yo, did you see that too?
Yeah. Yeah. I
Oh,
think that's Charlie Brown. He's wearing a hat, but he's like a little bald kid. And
yeah.
pretty sure they killed Charlie Brown, man. What do you think?
That's just first thing I thought of when I saw his shirt. I went, "Oh God, he's fucking dead." Um, now, the judges are there to protect the citizens, right? That's supposed to be what they're doing, right?
That's the story. Yeah.
And then Joe says, "Yeah, fucking leave him to the murder robots. It'll be fine." And the guy that they've been dragging along with him to protect immediately gets torn to shreds by the murder robots.
Yeah.
Good job,
Yeah.
Joe.
Yeah. It's weird. And, he's always, Joe's always got some bigger thing in mind. If he thinks he's, taking care of the city, he's gonna allow some casualties. But yeah, the chat's saying it too. Unreliable narrator. So yeah, I don't know, man, but it's not beyond Joe to let people die to serve the greater good. That's all he's doing here. He did that with Blue, who went out like a fucking champ, one-legged, still kicking, one-legged.
And then he let his bike die. Fucking dick.
Yeah.
He said, "Bike, kill these things so they kill you." Okie dokie.
Yeah. So we still don't know what the Citadel is, but I got a feeling next Prog we're gonna know.
You think it's going to be a short prog or a short story, like 6 chapters, or you think we're in for a long one here?
I hope it goes a while, man. I'm kind of into this. I definitely like where it's sort of heading. So I'd like to spend a little more time with this.
Likewise, like because we had a bunch of like 3 or 4 parters, but it's been a while since we had a long one.
Yeah,
that's what she said.
Man, let's talk about this fucking Kingmaker right here.
Orgies in space.
Orgies in space. And every member of this fucking space race, white people, these things are dumb looking.
That's dumb looking.
Not one of them has a cool haircut, man. What the fuck's going on here? What the fuck is happening?
That's why they're such dicks. They're just held down and haircuts are done to them.
Thank God.
What? Fuck you guys.
Thank Grud that Yolandi Vassar here, who got thrown out of the fucking space station and went flying, was descending from space for the past 2 progs, landed and got charged so hard that her fucking dumb haircut got burned off. Thank God for that.
They turned into that Home Depot 12-foot Halloween skeleton.
Yeah, they did, man. Dude, you know what? This issue right here only went on to confuse the fuck out of me even more, because right in the middle of triumphant orc ready for battle, we switched to fucking modern day old man I'm with stupid. I don't know what the fuck's happening.
Yeah, that was a little jarring.
It was jarring. Yeah,
we bounced back to Crixus or Crisis. I don't know if that's actually supposed to be a Z sound. And then we bounced to Space Orgy.
Yeah, he's getting it in, wasn't he? Into many different
where?
Here. Yeah. I see a few areas. One quite terrifying looking.
Nowhere I would put mine, sir.
Yeah. Well, any port in a storm.
Nope. None of those ports. None of those ports.
When you've got a fucking dorky looking haircut, like every one of these creatures, they pretty much stuck with, something like this green slug thing that has no eyeballs, because no one's going to have sex with you if you look like this. Although I will say this guy with the guy with the long red emo cut does kind of look a little bit Robert Pattinson-y, and I'm sure lots of people want to have sex with him. So maybe I'm wrong, but I just can't imagine this guy pulling down too much space poon looking like this.
I gotta change the Facebook banner again. It's gotta say you'll never have sex looking like that.
Yeah. And Al's in the chat says 2279 is presumably when the Citadel is going to wrap up. So
okay, so we got a couple more chapters.
Yeah, not super far, but I'm sure that'll bleed into something that's going to have long lasting impact too. So
what, the Citadel or a longer story after?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I got a feeling that the Citadel is going to open some can of worms.
Or it's just going to be the ravings of a lunatic who has a bullet lodged in his frontal lobe.
Yeah. I always feel like, man, I'm so proud of 2000 AD because, you know, you read other comics, you read stuff from other companies, and they'll like fucking wipe out cities, they'll destroy entire universes, they'll do all this bullshit, and they never really have to reckon with it. Whereas Joe nuked a city years ago, it still comes back to haunt him every single year, and it would, and it should, you know. It's like, it makes sense. He passed judgment on the guilty, on the innocent, on everybody, and it's still coming back to haunt him right now. So that's how it should be, man. That's what makes a story meaningful.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say, as long as there's Judge Dredd strips, we're always going to get some story that is Joe getting comeuppance from the Apocalypse War.
Yeah. As it should be, man. And as long as there's Kingmaker, we're doomed to have villains with dorky haircuts.
I would love to have a dorky haircut because that would mean I have hair.
But then you couldn't look like Proteus Vex, man.
Speaking of which, we're going to go right ahead to the title of the next chapter real quick.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. What do you think, bud? Because I immediately felt a wave of anxiety wash over me when I read that.
We got one. What do we have? One more?
No, I don't know, but that's just the fucking title of the next chapter alone.
Yeah. But I got a feeling. I want to say we only have one more, right? Like,
that better not end the way I'm afraid it's going to end.
I think it's going to end with them heading off to save Midnight, indicating shame from an execution. So I mean,
and then they're going to ride her back like a giant fucking motorcycle, or the space squid that Monstar rode in Silverhawks, and she's going to eat all the Scorchers.
Man, fuck these Scorchers. Let me tell you something about these Scorchers.
A bunch of entitled snowflake dickheads.
Yeah, man. They are such assholes. We met them, you know, back in the good old days. I think we met them in one of the first couple.
Yeah, and Another Dawn, because on Korrigad, because that's where Vex went into the Scorcher, that furnace, to talk to the Scorchers about the I forget that one fugitive he was chasing down.
Yeah, it was Baryon. You're talking about Baryon?
No. Remember the one alien that looked like a pile of hay?
There's so many aliens that look like piles
you know which one I'm talking about from Another Dawn.
These guys are such fucking assholes. We met them and they seem so cool and majestic, and then they just get progressively less cool and more whiny. And I want to see them. I want to see their whole entire race of these Scorchers wiped out. They deserve it. They're assholes.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what it is about this one panel here in Proteus Vex, 3 pages in, up at the top in the center. That's one of my favorite images of Proteus Vex right there. Looks good. Nice low angle where very intentionally, I'm sure Proteus Vex, you know, he's talking to this little hologram of the Scorcher, but I feel like it's foreshadowing that Vex is going to lord over these things and fucking wipe them out.
Oh yeah, because the Scorchers are almost damn near immortal, and Glass Raven starts talking to Vex over the comms, and that's when Vex says, if I find out that you had anything to do with the Heliospawn genocide, I promise that your regret won't last forever. Yeah. And if I feel like the Scorchers are going to get murdered by their own hubris.
It would be incredibly deserving because man, these guys are just fucking space dicks. I don't like them.
They are, man.
I'm what I really want to make sure that happens, and you know, I've missed Midnight so much throughout this story. They're not going to kill Midnight at the end of this story because we've been waiting for. If they were going to kill Midnight, she would have been around for a while. We would have seen the journey. We had a nice farewell. Nope. We're just getting started here.
I don't know. So, I mean, we are reading 2000 AD. It's not out of the ordinary for somebody to, we killed him. Yep. We didn't make any announcements. He's just fucking dead now.
You know what I look at? I really hate to quote some Star Wars or mention Star Wars here, but I will say that killing Midnight is like killing Chewbacca, though. You know, when you have the choice, you're gonna kill Han Solo instead of Chewbacca, because if you kill Chewbacca, it's like killing the dog. People are gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, listen, yo, look at this.
What?
Here's what rereading Proteus Vex. Look in the chat, man. Al Tooley says, on the subject of Midnight's impending execution, this quote unquote, this was of course a fate that she avoided in a most spectacular fashion.
That's right. They did say that in Shadow Chancellor.
We've been worried for nothing for like 15 episodes, man.
I know, but I just don't want anything to happen to our favorite space princess. And I do wonder if the Scorchers have ever encountered the Ciceronians, because if they haven't, our beloved Midnight ate a whole spaceship full of space dolphins by herself.
She could at least eat one fucking Celeste.
Oh, yeah. Fuck that guy. Fuck him and his hubris ass.
Yeah. Fake ass Clayface looking motherfucker. Let's get rid of him. Don't like him. Don't like him at all. So yeah, man, I don't know. Like I'm ready for that Midnight action. I miss our favorite character for Proteus Vex. Man, this is awesome. This is my favorite thing in the Prog still. Love it. Ready for some Midnight action though. It's time.
Midnight action. That sounds like a hair metal album. I love
it. So Fiends of the Eastern Front. I'm so glad it's here.
Yeah, man. I mean, I keep waiting for Fiends of the Western Front to show up, but that's probably never going to
happen. Fiends of the Left Coast Front.
Can you imagine being in this U-2 spy plane and all of a sudden fucking spiders out of nowhere?
Yeah, it's pretty shitty. Man, we have read Fiends of the Eastern Front before.
Yep.
And I never loved it. I always liked it. I always enjoyed it. I'm glad it's back here now because it's not the order. But as far as like a good start, man, this is a good start. I really like the way this one starts out. Like you said, immediate fucking terrifying horror spider action. Spiders in your suit, man. You can't get out of there. You got to fucking eject, and by that time you're dead.
I mean, not only in the suit, but in the goddamn cockpit. Just everywhere. He got spiders in his asshole.
That's what I was thinking too. I was like, you know what? They went everywhere.
If there's a hole in you, there's a spider in that hole.
I don't like that at all. Not one bit.
How did he die? Spiders in his asshole. Oh, God.
Yeah. One's enough to do it.
But a whole colony just
oh my God.
Going up your colon.
Johnny, you ever seen the movie called Ant Farm Dickhole?
I think I downloaded that accidentally once.
For those listening out there, if you watch this opening spider scene here and you're like, I'd like to watch a movie about that. There's a movie out there directed by a man named Bill Z. Bub. It's a terrible fucking movie, but it's worth watching. It's called Ant Farm Dickhole. And it's about a man who has an ant farm living in his dick hole. And there is a scene in the movie, one of my favorite scenes in the movie, where the ants, he falls asleep in the park. The ants venture out to find food, and they find a whole banana and try to bring it back down the hole of the ant farm, but that's his dick hole. So,
Sorry. Anytime somebody says pee hole or dick hole, it makes me laugh.
Now,
it's got a clinical term. It's your urethra.
Now, this man, Bill Z. Bub, you may not know him from Ant Farm Dickhole because that was one of his early works, but he went on to film a movie that got pretty popular within the recent years called Dick Shark, which, believe it or not, is a movie about a man whose dick is a shark.
See, I was just going to say he directed Ant Farm Dickhole 2, The Electric Boogaloo, but I would have been wrong.
Yeah, no, he directed it. It's I'm pretty sure Dick Shark's like 2.5 hours long. It's epic. It's an epic dick movie.
I can't imagine. I don't understand why nobody wants to come on our podcast and talk about Judge Dredd.
No. Maybe we don't know what the fuck we're talking about. I don't know. But Fiends of the Western Front. Apparently
great comeback.
Listen, Fiends of the West. I'm trying to help you here. Fiends of the Western Front apparently did occur, Johnny. Prog's 2111, 2115, and 2018. There you go.
Oh, see,
You were accidentally right.
I was accidentally right. Yeah, it happens a lot of times accidentally. Oh my God,
dude. Brink's getting good all of a sudden. Brink's getting real good all of a sudden.
Oh my God. So we got Lawrence Fishburne from Man of Steel.
Yeah,
is the editor. Yeah, our dude's gonna get killed. He's gonna get killed.
Yeah, this guy is a fucking. He's out there looking for trouble. He's got something to prove. Man, this is where it gets. This is what Brink does to you. You know, you're like procedural. You know, last time it was police procedural-ish kind of stuff, and now it's just, you know, interesting union shit. Boom, weird cult shit, naked bug man, tattooed up people. This is what Brink does. I love Brink so much, man. It's such a good fucking sci-fi universe. There's so much to explore. We don't even know what the fuck's going on, but I'm really intrigued.
Space unions are weird.
Is this like Fred Flintstone's Grand Poobah meeting that he goes to?
I don't know. All I could think of was like when they walk into the meeting hall, I was like, what a bunch of fucking nerds. Like, we're going to take this real serious.
Do you imagine that, like, as soon as he walks in, it's like the soundtrack to fucking Eyes Wide Shut, that shit going on, and there's some heavy petting and sucking happening off in the corner somewhere, because that's what I imagine. Fucking just 100%. Like, immediately when I saw this, it was fucking it was Eyes Wide Shut. It fucking just dicks out. That scene from Kingmaker, that scene from Kingmaker's happening in the background, you know, on a heart-shaped pillow.
It's the next room over.
Yeah. That's, I mean, there's some weird shit happening right here, man.
God, I did not see this coming at all.
No.
I just, I thought it was going to be real dry procedural. Maybe we're like the unions are real crooked. We're going to get that reveal. Nope. Bunch of fucking fetish weirdos.
Yeah. And that's immediately when I started paying more attention. I'm ready for this. Man, Brink is just cool. Like, I love this world. Like, I want this. I want something like Brink on like Netflix original series kind of level, I don't know, you just don't get much of this. You get a lot of stuff that's like, space wars and soldiers and all that stuff, but I kind of like this whole, like, I don't know, man, just they're fleshing out the world. And like we were talking about that weirdo that looked like the dude that was in our previous progs, walking around in his robe, total sociopath, scary ass motherfucker.
Oh, the dude.
Yeah. This is what I come to 2000 AD for, actually. I mean, we're all here for Dredd, but we're also here for like really, really good, really like cool sci-fi, like The Out, like this, like Vex. There's so much good stuff, man. Like, what other fucking comic do you go to for your sci-fi? Like, it's kind of hard when you're a sci-fi fan to get your fix of this stuff. And I feel like this week we really got it.
I go to Dinosaurs for Hire for my sci-fi fix. That's a real comic book. I don't know if you've ever read it.
I know that it's a comic book, but I was never compelled to read it because it's called Dinosaurs for Hire.
Gun-toting dinosaurs in the modern day of the 80s, murdering people. What's not to love?
I mean, what about SWAT Cats? I feel like it's on the same level as that.
Oh no, it was super violent and there was nudity. Yeah. It was because there was a hot human female that was into the dinosaurs, and that was a whole thing.
See, you give me you number one, accuse me of, because it was never true. Number one, you accuse me of, and then give me shit for wanting to fuck a monkey, which I never did. I simply said that if I were a man stuck in a monkey's body, I'd have sex with another monkey. That means I'm a monkey having sex with a monkey. But
no, that means you're a man in a monkey's body doing that.
aren't all no. I was about to say, aren't all men just really stuck in monkeys' bodies? But then I was like, no, that's not gonna come across the way I mean it.
There was that one time you were, and we had to call the authorities.
No, look, man, I know I hate to keep revisiting this argument, but if you're stuck in a monkey
body, advocating for it,
what are you gonna do? Are you just gonna be celibate? I don't know.
I would probably sit on a shotgun and pull the trigger with my big toe.
You'd be either jacking on your little monkey dick off and looking at human porn, I guess. I don't know.
I feel like I would be like Jeff Goldblum in The Fly, where he's fascinated by the transformation, and then probably depressed and suicidal as, oh God, this is life now.
I just want you to know Jeff Goldblum definitely has sex with his girlfriend after he's the Fly.
Well, I mean, that's on her. Literally.
All over her, yeah. So you're I don't know. I'm just saying, the Fly, that's a fucking great movie, by the way. So yeah, back to the important stuff. It's a 5 out of 5 Prog week.
It sure is.
And the only way that it's ever going to get 6 stars out of 5 is if they print our fucking letter, man.
Yeah, I actually checked for it this week, and it ain't there.
Check for it every week, man.
I want Tharg to acknowledge our existence. We deserve it.
Oh, and I shouted out all our favorite stuff. I feel like that's what you're supposed to do, man. Like,
maybe it's like the shouting about all the dicks that is preventing us from being published.
Oh, no, because they would have to know who we were. And Tharg has no fucking idea. No fucking idea. But
he's gonna.
I think we should start a campaign of every week, everybody who listens to Cursed Earth Radio writes a letter to Tharg.
All 12
Any
of you.
letter whatsoever. It's like the letter writing party every week.
Could be the letter G. Could be.
So until we get our shit published, everybody deserves to have at least one letter published in 2000 AD before they die. That's our goal.
What if we get everybody who listens to send in one letter, like a legitimate letter, and then they'll have to piece it all together and put the sentence together?
Oh, it'd be like the Riddler kind of deal.
Yeah. I'm wrapped in saran wrap right now.
If we got every single listener, right? If we got every single listener that we had to send in one letter, we could get maybe like one word.
I was going to say it'd be a very incomplete sentence.
Oh, man. And not to break into movie chat, but Chelsea in the chats here arguing that the original was better. The original Fly was better. I have to deviate on that one, man. I have to deviate from that.
Yeah, I mean, the first one isn't always the best one. I mean, look at The Thing from Another World. John Carpenter's Thing just destroys that movie, but it's because it was 30 years later and effects have gotten better.
Yeah. Also
Kurt Russell.
Yeah, I do like a good Vincent Price action, but in the case of The Fly, I don't know, man. That fucking David Cronenberg, one of the 2 crazy David directors that we got still living in this world. And I don't know, do we count David Fincher as one of the crazy Davids? I don't think so.
He's not crazy, but he definitely has his own style. And I usually like Fincher stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we wouldn't have the new Batman if it wasn't for David Fincher. So there's that. And apparently we wouldn't have the new Fantastic Four if it wasn't for David Lynch. David Cronenberg. I don't want to pin that on Lynch.
Oh, God. Fan Four Stick?
Yeah.
I'm going to put on Mom's bathrobe and her dishwashing gloves, and I'm going to be Dr. Doom.
Yeah. Oh, hey, so Doug in the chat asks, do we have homework for this week? I would say your homework, I think we should, and I'm not saying like write it and mention Cursed Earth Radio, because we didn't mention that in the letter that I wrote down there. I'm just saying, I feel like this is our only way to let people know what we're enjoying in the Prog. Because I don't know, man, I don't know how they do their quality control out there, but I, for one, don't want to see Proteus Vex only get 3 chapters. I don't want to see I don't want to see Survival Geeks come back. So,
you're wielding our modicum of power for evil.
I know, man. I'm too grouchy today. Survival Geeks is long gone. I'm still picking on it. Being a dick.
Are.
You know what? When I start acting like a dick, I know that that's time to get out of here. and leave all the dicks behind except for one dick under a different name. Or a dick by any other name is not as good as the.
What the fuck is happening? Just say it.
Wiener.
Ah.